Okay, not great news about this guy. He stands at D. Plus. This guy flashes some red flags that you really need to watch out for. Welcome to the Strong Brew, where you get answers to questions you're not supposed to ask. These are some things you may want to know about the man in your life. If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure? Will he try and use money to control you? Will he share housework or just make you do it all? In fights, when he gets angry, does he get aggressive? During intimacy, does he understand that no means no? Is he jealous, suspicious, or possessive? Will his attitude towards you change after having kids? Will he treat your parents with respect? What if you have conflicts with his parents? We tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. These are things nobody else will tell you. Things that are important for your future. This is a safe space for truth. No judgment, no platitudes, no login, no payment either. Our questions are from real life, but our answers come from science. Now, I built this thing, me and my husband, and honestly, we built it and we live it. We are both Stanford grads, we both have worked at Google, and we've been happily together since 1998. Along the way, we've added a son, now 13, and 4 dogs. We are genuine folks. If you're a woman trying to understand any man in your life, here is how it works. Go to www.thestrongbrew.life. Click on the Understand a Guy button there. Answer 10 questions about him. Watch a video tailored to your guy. That's all there is to it. It is completely anonymous, no login, no payment, no games, no manipulation. This analysis is obtained by combining solid trait psychology with cutting edge AI ML. We represent each person's personality with what is known as a feature vector. This has 10 elements, so our data is effectively 10-dimensional data. In case you're wondering how we can infer so much from just 10 questions, well, 10-dimensional data is very complex. There is a lot you can learn from that level of detail.
Okay, I think that does it for the preamble. Now let's plunge in. Let's start with this guy in his career. Will he go far or just talk big?
He's the kind of person who wants to be seen as a hard worker, and he will put in the hours. But when it comes to truly going far in his career, he may fall short because he doesn't plan well or stick to long term goals. So he's more talk and energy, but less real progress over time.
Can he bounce back from failure?
When things go wrong at work, he's likely to react strongly, maybe with anger, shouting, or frustration. He finds it hard to keep calm when problems appear and can easily lose his temper or get into arguments with others. It's important to know that his recovery from setbacks will be noisy and less steady.
What do people at work think of him? Do they like him?
At work, he often struggles to get along with others and can come across as rude or harsh. People may feel he's too blunt or insensitive, and this can lead to arguments and hurt feelings. Respect is hard to earn when you're always pushing back or picking fights, and many around him may keep their distance.
If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure?
If you shine in your career, he's more likely to feel uncomfortable than proud. Deep down, he struggles to handle someone else's big success, especially if it makes him feel left behind. Sometimes he could act as if your success doesn't matter, just to protect his own feelings.
What if you start earning more than him?
If you earn more than him, he's likely to feel hurt and even a bit resentful, though he may not always say it directly. You might notice small signs like grumpy moods, sarcasm, or avoiding conversations about money. Instead of feeling happy for your success, he could see it as a blow to his own pride.
Next, let's talk about how he is with money. Does he overspend? Is he reckless with money?
He isn't careful with money and tends to spend without much thought or planning. You might find him making sudden purchases or forgetting about bills and savings. This kind of behavior can lead to money troubles if not managed properly.
Does he show off and pretend to be richer than he is?
He often tries to look more successful than he really is, spending money on things to show off or keep up with others. Instead of living within his means, he may buy fancy gadgets or go out even when it strains his budget. This habit can cause debt or money stress down the road.
Is he too generous, too stingy, or just right?
He isn't very warm or generous either with his money or his feelings. While he might spend on things that excite him, he's not the type to help others or share easily when someone is in need. This can sometimes make you or others feel unimportant or left out.
Will he use money to try and control you?
He's not someone who will sit down and talk openly or kindly about money. If anything, you might find him keeping things to himself or even hiding how much he spends. He's not open or transparent, and sometimes he might even use money decisions as a way to feel more in control.
Let's see how this guy is with sharing housework. Will he share housework or just make you do it?
He's not likely to step up and share housework with you. You might find him ignoring chores around the house or expecting you to handle most of them on your own. If you ask for help, he could get moody, put it off, or refuse without much thought for how you feel.
Will he help you or just boss you around and tell you what to do?
He's more likely to stand on the sidelines or offer advice rather than actually get his hands dirty with chores or diapers. You might find him watching, commenting, or saying, "You missed a spot," instead of rolling up his sleeves to share the work. When he does help, it's usually in small ways and may come with complaints or impatience.
Now let's see about how this guy is during fights. In fights, does he try to understand your views or just win the fight?
He's not the best at understanding your side of things. Instead, he often jumps straight into arguing to show he's right. Even when you share your feelings or thoughts, he might cut you off or push back just to win the debate. This can leave you feeling lonely or unsupported in the relationship.
Does he become aggressive when angry?
When he's angry, he's likely to say hurtful things or act in a harsh way rather than staying respectful. You might hear sharp words, yelling, or even see him throw things or slam doors. If you want a peaceful home, this attitude will make things very difficult for you.
Does he have a bad temper?
Yes, he gets angry very quickly, often over small things. He doesn't have much patience, and his mood can change fast. One minute he's laughing, the next he might be shouting or complaining. This is not something you should ignore.
Will he say sorry and accept his mistakes?
He finds it very hard to say sorry or admit when he's wrong. Instead of owning up to his mistakes, he's more likely to blame you or others for what went wrong. If you value honesty and taking responsibility, you might feel let down and alone in the relationship.
Next, let's talk about intimacy and physical chemistry. During intimacy, does he respect your boundaries? Does he get that no means no?
He's not very good at respecting boundaries, especially when he wants something. If you say no or try to set limits, he might push back, ignore your wishes, or try to change your mind instead of stopping right away. This can make you feel pressured or uncomfortable, and sometimes even unsafe.
If you are not in the mood for intimacy, will he react badly?
Yes, he's likely to take it personally if you're not in the mood for intimacy. Instead of understanding or giving you space, he might react with sulky behavior, sharp words, or make you feel guilty for saying no. In a healthy relationship, your comfort and feelings should never be taken as a personal attack.
Can you trust him not to shame you or share your private moments, maybe love letters, photos, or videos, even after a breakup or a bad fight?
With him, you need to be careful. He might not always handle your private moments gently or respectfully. Instead of protecting your feelings, he may throw sensitive topics back at you without thinking about how it makes you feel.
Is he loyal or is he likely to want to have affairs?
He is easily distracted by other women and doesn't always take promises or loyalty as seriously as he should. You might notice him flirting, paying extra attention to others, or not respecting the boundaries that matter in a committed relationship. Trust is hard to build with someone who always has one eye wandering.
Will he be jealous, suspicious, and try to control you?
Yes, he tends to be over possessive and can act jealous, controlling, or always suspicious about what you do and who you talk to. You may notice him questioning your actions, checking up on you, or trying to limit your freedom in subtle or harsh ways. Instead of trusting and supporting you, he may try to control where you go, who your friends are, or get upset if you don't share every detail.
This guy says he is protective in a good way. Is he actually just being possessive?
Yes, with him, what looks like protectiveness is often just another name for being controlling. He might say he's looking out for you, but in reality, he wants to be in charge of what you do, who you meet, and how you live your life. It may make you feel watched and not trusted.
Now, onto the topic of kids and how this guy will be as a father. If you guys have kids, will he make you do most of the work?
He will expect you to do most of the work when it comes to parenting. Instead of sharing responsibilities, he's likely to leave the hard tasks like feeding, homework, or bedtime to you while he stays on the sidelines or acts as if it's not his job. Even if you ask for help, he may complain, get annoyed, or do the bare minimum.
Kids are very messy. Will he lose his temper with them?
When the kids mess up or get upset, he is far more likely to lose his temper than stay calm. Even small mistakes or normal childhood upsets can trigger him to shout, scold, or show frustration instead of offering comfort or guidance. Kids need a steady, calm hand, not someone whose mood changes suddenly.
If you guys have kids, will he still support your career?
He is unlikely to fully support you as both a mother and your own person. He may expect you to take care of the home and kids without asking for help while not showing much respect for your dreams or need for time just for yourself. You might find it hard to get his encouragement or understanding for your own needs.
Will this man say one thing early on, maybe while dating, and then later after kids and marriage change his tune and try to make you give up your career?
Yes, he is the kind of man who might seem okay with your career at first, but could later expect you to quit or put your dreams aside once you have a child. He may not say it openly at the start, but as family pressure grows, his true feelings can show up in the form of hints, complaints, or outright requests for you to focus only on home and kids. This can leave you feeling trapped and disappointed, especially if he once promised support.
Next, let's see how this guy treats your parents. Will he be respectful with your parents?
He is likely to act polite on the surface with your parents, but real warmth and genuine care may be missing. You might notice him saying the right things or offering formal respect when needed, but not truly going out of his way to build a close or caring bond with them. If there are family gatherings or times your parents need help, his support may feel half hearted or done only because it's expected. He is more likely to expect your family to adjust to him rather than making real effort to fit into your family's ways.
What if your family creates stress or interferes a bit in your lives?
If your family creates stress or interferes, he is more likely to make things worse than handle it calmly. Instead of listening or working with you to find a peaceful solution, he may react with anger, sharp words, or even refuse to cooperate. This can make home life more stressful and force you to handle family issues on your own.
Then let's analyze the role this guy's family will play in your life. Is this man modern with you, but a completely different person when other people, say his parents or bosses, are around?
Yes, he is the kind of man who might act modern and casual with you in private, but expect you to be a traditional, supportive wife when his relatives are around. He may want you to dress a certain way, follow customs, or behave differently to make a good impression on his family, even if that's not your true self. If you value being authentic and treated the same way both at home and in public, this setup can feel tiring and unfair over time.
If there is tension between you and his parents, will he support you?
When there's tension, he is more likely to stay out of it or even quietly side with his family instead of standing up for you. You may find him avoiding the issue, shrugging it off, or telling you to adjust rather than speaking up on your behalf. This can leave you feeling unsupported and alone, especially when you need him most.
Say you have a conflict with his mother. What will this guy do?
He shows strong signs of being a mummy's boy, meaning his mother's opinion weighs heavily on him, sometimes more than yours. In a conflict between you and his mother, he is likely to avoid taking your side or might try to keep you quiet to avoid upsetting her. If you hope for a partner who puts your relationship first, you may often feel disappointed with him.
Will he share all the private details of your relationship with his mother or sister?
Yes, he is the type who might share details of your fights or private life with his mother or sister. sometimes without thinking about how it will affect you. This habit can break the trust and privacy that a healthy relationship needs. When outsiders know your personal issues, it can lead to gossip, judgment, and extra pressure on you to act a certain way.
Now let's zoom out and put it all together.
So, overall, this guy stands at D. Plus. Some of these red flags can really become a big deal. You've got to be very careful here. Day in and day out, being in a relationship with this man can feel exhausting and lonely. You may find yourself carrying most of the responsibilities at home from housework to childcare without much help or thanks.